Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of, whatever this world is. I don't know. This is like my creative mode world. I've been doing some things here. Today. Well, maybe today? I was working on this, this morning, I guess. So yeah, I was doing a bit of work, and I've, terraformed quite a bit of the landscape using, World Edit, a wonderful tool. We're gonna go ahead and check out the power plant. Look at this place. So yeah, I did a bit of work on this. As you can see, we have like this thing over here because I had a bit of a meltdown accident over at the plant. Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. You may notice there's a ton of brown stuff because I threw it on a bunch of barrels to make the thumbnail for the last episode. So yeah, today we are back on creator mode. I don't know what to call this. It's just me building and having a bit of fun with just building. So yeah, the build we're checking out today is the reactor. I have done some modifications to it, and I also want to get to some other things as well. Maybe show off a bit of terraforming, share a bit of like, I don't know, some other stuff. But today we're going to be taking a look at the power plant. I've already shown a bit of it. Like, I'm not going to go into detail again. But yeah, we're just going to go around the outside real quick. You got these power poles taking power. They're going to be transporting it somewhere else once I'm done. But I do have a lot of building and terraforming to do, so it's probably going to be a few months before I actually get to that. As you can see over here, this is a village. I'm actually thinking of incorporating this village. Not this building over here. This building over here is going to get demolished. I don't know. Maybe if somebody tells me to leave it, I'll leave it. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Let me know down below. Anyway, over here at the power plant, we do have this wonderful parking lot I made. And over here is another thing, which we're going to get to this in a second, but this is like a bit of a cooling pool. So if you use your fuel, it's going to come out of the reactor very heated. We're also going to need to have a plant for that, actually. But I felt like building something over here with this. So we'll get rid of those at some point because we'll have a new plant for that. Now let's go ahead on into the plant. I'm going to go ahead and put on this suit because I feel like it looks cool. Yes. Enjoy! Super fun to run around with this suit on. Alright, so over here in the reactor room, let's go ahead and close the door. Close the other door. I've done a bit of modifications to the floor. We got some conveyor belts going. We do have one new thing. Something that's going to be really useful. So let me go ahead and hit this. There we go. That's better. That should do it. That should work. Okay, never mind. So basically, this is a siren that will go off if this block is destroyed by corite or, you know, corium, cobblestone. That's it. So, as you can see, the redstone is broken. Hold on one second. We're having technical difficulties here. Now, as you can see, the siren is going off. This is just a simulation of what would happen if this thing decides to detonate. So I'd be able to hear that from pretty much anywhere, as far as I'm aware. Let's go ahead and try this again. For some reason, this one isn't actually doing anything, even though I have it hooked up, so that way it would, you know, if I put... Yeah, see, it fires now, but when I have it like this, it... Wait a second, I know why it's not firing. There we go, because I was hitting the wrong piece, but basically if this reactor blows up or, like, melts down or anything, I'm gonna know. Alright, so let's go ahead and stick a fuel rod in the reactor. Now, yesterday I did have an issue with a balefire fuel rod. Yes, we duplicated that, right? Right, hopefully. Is this one we were using last? Probably. Let's go ahead and throw that into the reactor. So go ahead and do that. Boom! Heat. Wonderful. Good. It should be... Yes, it is. It's running now. It should be running at optimal capacity. It's at 600 degrees. Okay, good. Is it capping out? It should cap out about 650 on this one, I think. 703, that's good. 604 on this one. Okay, reactor's running. Good. Also, inside the reactor room, we have 0 radiation. I mean, earlier I was having a bit of issues with balefire. It was, you know, spewing the radiation out. It was like, you know, there was 0.8 rads in this room. There was, you know, I don't know, like 10 in the other room. It was ridiculous. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and close off some of these doors. Alright, so I did say something about world edit. We're gonna go ahead and use some of that today. We're gonna use the axe, the shovel, the pickaxe. Those are my tools I've created. So I'll show you guys what these things do. And you just use, you use commands. It's pretty simple. Once you learn it a bit. So this one, if I... Oh, it's not working. Oh, that one's not working either. Oh, none of them are working anymore. Well, that's sad. Okay. Guess they were never meant to be. Anyway, let's go ahead and / wand. Let's get ourselves a wand. We're not gonna do much hills today, I don't think. We're just gonna focus on this road. So this road, as you can see, it's a bit of a weird pattern. I didn't do this by hand. I would never do this by hand. This would take so long. So I do have a command. If I go ahead and alright, so I saved a command to my desktop. Let's go ahead and /set. Boom. Okay, that's in the thing. I think I was doing a turn here. We could turn off that way and go around the hill is what I'm thinking. Yeah, we'll go around the hill, and then off this way we'll have a main highway kind of thing. So let's go ahead and plan this out a bit. So main highway is gonna go, like, I don't know, over here. There's gonna be like a big tunnel as well, like a road tunnel for a road or a mountain or something. I don't know. So let's go ahead and grab out our tool and start making a road. So we want one to go to the village. This one, let's go ahead and start. So I'm going to be making some squares, and we're going to be making this a round road, right? So rounded. So that should be... Yeah, let's go ahead and put in the command. Boom. So yeah, it took me a while to figure out how to actually get the different variants of dirt to generate. But I did figure it out in the end. And as you can see, we are able to generate gravel, dirt, podzol, mycelium, all that good stuff that we need to make this road. So let's go ahead and get rid of those two. Felt like that looked bad. There we go. So I do a little bit by hand. Don't mind the big shadow. That's from a ball I spawned in the sky. Man, I wonder what the villagers must think about that. Anyway. So basically what I'm doing is, as I make a turn, I'm making a square, right? Making a square. It's gonna get smaller and smaller. So for this one, I just accidentally messed up. This road's kind of diagonal, I guess. It's kind of diagonal. So to get it to get the curve, we have to go like this. We have to go and make that. But we also need to keep in mind that the road width, we need to get the road width. So as you can see, that is a 2-block wide road. We need to get the road width right. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this in. So go on down to there. And as you can see, the road is now 4 blocks wide. Wonderful. Math. Good. So now, we can get it even wider. We can get to 5 blocks wide, which is ideal. So let's go ahead and, boom. 5 blocks wide. That is not as wide as the road started out at, but, like, that is good enough. Because this is a dirt road. I don't feel like many cars would be on it. We will get to, like, foliage and things. I do know how to do some of that stuff. We also will get to biome changing and things like that today, maybe. Well, also, I feel like this place is kind of empty. I feel like it needs something. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know down below if you guys think there needs to be something there. Okay. So now, let's go ahead and build a road over to the village. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up. And there we go. So I believe that is exactly how it should be. Now, usually in a road, you don't see this kind of, you know, weird, perfect straight line. Usually you get like a good, you know, like this. So if I go ahead and use my world edit, I can do that. You get like some random sections where it's like a little wiggly, squiggly line going off. So let's go ahead and set up another section over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Awesome. It looks like a good road. I'll go ahead and finish this whole section, and then we'll get to doing some mountains and things. Alright, so this road is looking pretty flat, right? Well, if we go ahead and get ourselves a brush, I don't know if I can actually do what I want to do, but what I want to do is make a hill. So this is a bit of an experiment for me, as well as, you know, a learning thing, I guess. So let's go ahead and get out our brush thing. So let's go ahead and do /brush, and I'm going to start out by using stone. Here's what I like to do. I like to pull out my brush, get, so stone is number 1, and then we do 5. Oh, we need to set a sphere, right, or whatever we want. In this case, I'm doing sphere, but there are several other options. As you can see, it gives you like a whole list. Okay, let's go ahead and get out sphere. So boom, we'll start building a mountain. So I'm going to start off by making the big middle section of our mountain, or hill kind of thing, with stone, big pieces of stone. We will use smaller sections of stone, and then we'll use dirt, and finally end with grass blocks on the top, depending on what kind of mountain you're making. So usually when you see a mountain range, it's usually the bottom part is going to be grassier than the top part, because grass doesn't grow very well on like a cliff. Okay, I don't know if I explained that well. I don't know if that's actually true or not. I don't know much about grass growing. I just know it's terrible. Okay, so now I'm going to start doing some smaller pieces to get this thing to be a little natural. So I have two methods of doing this. I have like a bit of a smoothing brush that we'll check out that in a second, and then we also have the good old-fashioned selection smooth for like regions. If you want to smooth out a big region, yeah, you can go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and set this back to a 5 brush. So now we're making the big central piece of the mountain. Usually mountains, you don't just see just a mountain that's like not that big. This is a decent size for a mountain. Okay, so now that we have that, we're gonna go ahead and use this again. We're gonna make the next layer of the mountain using this. Boom, super nice. Then we're gonna come in with a smoothing brush after all this is done, and we'll also throw on some wonderful things. We're gonna go ahead and use some dirt and grass and things. Alright, so now, as you can see, I'm setting up the command right now, but I believe grass is number 2. Let's go ahead and check that out. Yep, grass is number 2. So now I'm using 3. The reason I don't use a big cube is because 3 is a good enough number, as far as I'm aware, to actually get, you know, what you want. Because you don't want to have 5 blocks of just dirt, but before you hit stone. That's not very natural. And I do like to leave a bit of the stone exposed on some faces, depending on how steep it is. Because it does, you know, that does make the thing look kind of, you know, good. Having the stone kind of exposed. Not all grass, not all dirt. Kind of stony and good. So that's the section's probably going to be stone on that side. I will fix some of that up. Boom. As you can see, it is starting to take shape as a mountain or a big hill. The area next to it, that road, is going to get shaped in a second as well to fit with the hill itself. So we're going to go ahead and see how that looks in the end. Alright, so here we are, and as you can see, I am leaving a bit of the stone exposed on this side, like I said, because this is a bit of a steep section, so it might have the stone exposed. Because that makes sense, right? Am I right? Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and do that. Some of this, and then we'll cover the top like so. That looks like a pile of just ball. It's just a pile of grass balls. But we're going to fix it. We're going to make it look good. So we're going to go ahead and get another brush. This one is going to be our stone shovel, or stone paintbrush as I'm going to call it. So now we're going to set it to brush sphere gravity. Or just gravity. Brush gravity, I think. I think that works. Gravity. Boom! Gravity brush. So let's go ahead and start making things happen. So as you can see, it is causing chunks to just delete themselves, but we will fix that in a second with our wooden brush. So we'll go ahead and spawn a few more of these in. And as you can see, that is allowing me to do quite a bit of stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and it's just deleting chunks. I'm gonna add a few little hills over this side. I don't feel like we need a big hill because there's that big one over there. Then we could put a river going over this way. Ha! I didn't even plan that part into the build. Alright, so now we're going to switch our gravity brush for a smoothing brush. Now, smoothing brush is much easier to use than a region smooth, although I do use the region smooth sometimes. So let's go ahead and use a smoothing brush. Brush smooth. So that should be set, and as you can see, it will start smoothing. And you can really customize with this. This is way better than regional smoothing. Really nice. Look at this. Just smooth. Everything is going to be so smooth. And this is how a mountain is made. That's the story of how you make mountains. So, yeah, now as you can see, the stone is starting to look a little more natural. It might actually fall into the ground. I've noticed that happens. But, yeah. That is not an issue, as some Minecraft mountains do look like that. They do. Now let's go ahead and test it out on a villager's house. So if we go ahead and use this, as you can see, it collapses his house. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, poor villager, but I just wanted to see what would happen if I used the smoothing brush on your house. Alright, so as you can see, the hills over here have kind of squared, which is kind of weird. But I'm gonna go ahead and just flatten them out, smooth them. There we go. Ooh, that looks good. Looks good enough for me. I mean, I'm satisfied, but I don't know. I just feel like this side could use a bit more smoothing. There, that is good. Except for this side. This is too square, too square. That needs to be just right. Maybe. No, that needs to be there. That is... that's... Okay, that's much better. That's much better. And as you can see, the hill needs a bit more work as well, because I haven't gotten to all the sides, but really what you just want to do is hold down the button, and then, you know, once it's satisfactory, then you're, you know, set for life, as you can see over here. And I'm going to go ahead and show off some of my other mountains and things that I've made in using World Edit. Alright, so if we come over this way, as you can see, we have this big cliff face that I've made using World Edit, and then behind it, I've not gotten finished with this, but, you know, it looks really cool. It looks really cool. As you can see, the power plant is still running. I actually have it running, and it hasn't melted down. It's running on MEP, I think. I don't remember. So, now, we have a mountain, we have a hill, we have a road. It's time to bring everything together. I think there's a brush that allows me to... Let me check real quick. Alright, so I got a new brush that I haven't used yet. This one will allow me to raise things. So let's go ahead and whoa, look at that. Raises things. It's a circle. It's a circle, and it raises. So we'll come through here with a smoothing brush at some point. I just want to get like a basic shape for like a bit of a bank around the road. Let's go ahead and use this thing. This is... I've never used World Edit before. This is like my first time, but super cool stuff. I'm enjoying it. It's making building super easy. So let's go ahead and use brush smooth. And as you can see, I'm able to smooth the road back into a decent shape and get the, you know, the weird bumps out of it. That's looking pretty good. Alright, so over here, I think I felt like connecting these hills because it just didn't feel very natural. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set it up for a brush smooth. Oh, wrong, I put a slash at the end. Okay, now let's go ahead and do this. We're gonna smooth this one out, and then we're gonna start using some trees I feel like would be nice to get in there. Now there's one issue, because we raised the ground where there wasn't much thickness. As you can see, bedrock just got messed up. Bedrock. Literally, we just messed it up. Look, the ground is just destroyed from that anyway. Oh man, that's pretty epic. Okay. Let's go ahead and fix this up. Alright, so now we have to use the forest tool. So I've been making like a taiga biome kind of thing. I feel like that looks kind of nice. We can do a lot with the trees. So let's go ahead and pull out our brush, forest, and then we're gonna go through the whole thing. So forest, then boom. It's gonna ask me what shape. Sphere. Yes. So sphere. Missing value for size. Okay, we'll go 5. Density 10. Then we're gonna go with redwood. And boom. So now, as you can see, it generates spruce trees, which look very good, and it's very... This is better than actually using the region select for forest tools, but we will get to that. You know, we might get to that in a future episode. I don't know. I don't really feel like covering that because I don't like the region select. It just makes things so complicated when you can just use a brush, which is super satisfying anyway. Now you may notice that there's a bit of a difference between the biomes over here, and this is a super flat world, so of course its natural biome is plains, but we could actually change the biome. If I go ahead and do a region select for, I don't know, let's start at this chunk corner over here. Boom, we're gonna go over to this one. This corner over here. So if we go over to here, we're gonna go ahead and use that. We're gonna go ahead and do /set biome. It has to be, because Minecraft, you have to do no space between the set and the biome. Set biome, taiga. Oh, it's double slash. Sorry. So if you're using the wand, it's double slash. There. Biomes were changed. So now if I save and quit to title, I come back, relog into the game, the biome's gonna be changed to a taiga biome. It's gonna be great. Let's go ahead and check it out. So, new world. And we have a taiga biome. Boom. But some of the chunks didn't become a taiga biome. That's just normal. It happens. As you can see, the villagers are now living in a taiga biome. Oh, this looks really good. Yep. You can also do there's a more complicated one that's called slash generate biome. That one uses algebra. I don't do algebra. I don't do math. So yeah, I think this is like I feel like this is enough of a video for today. I mean, I don't really feel like we got anything done. We just did like 2 things. I could do more, but I don't know. I don't feel like anybody's gonna want to watch like 30 minutes of me just playing around with a bunch of brushes to get something to look nice. So yeah, we made a mountain today. That's pretty cool. We got more smoothing to do. Oh crap, that's set to... Okay, yeah, I'll fix it in a second. Unfortunately, that tree just got vaporized because I spawned in trees. It's now part of the ground. Oh, okay, this is fun. I just smashed some trees into the ground. Wow. Yeah, I just need to smooth out the ground here because it was looking kind of just like a ball of grass. And I did not like that, so... Okay. Alright, so I feel like, overall, we could do something with this area over here. We still need to make the road out to the highway, which we'll do in the next episode of my little building series, I guess. I don't really know what to do. Honestly, I've just been having fun doing this, and as you can see, if we go ahead and take a look at the map, so let's go ahead and take a look. It's taken shape. Our world is slowly becoming a wonderful city. So out this way, we're going to have a city area. We're going to have all kinds of cool things. I'm going to have to, like, you know, do all that. And I'm also going to have to clean up this mess that I made to make a thumbnail. Like, how many chunks of destruction did I do just by placing down 50 waste barrels? Anyway, if you all enjoyed today's episode, please consider liking and subscribing. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them down below. I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye. Just want to leave you with the visage of the smoke clouds in the background. Yes, good.